Good morning. How are you? I bet it's great to see your friends again. The Bible is not a book about natural history or anything like that, even though we told the creation story last week. It's a book about, it's many books about God and his love for us and his protective nature. So, last week we talked about how God created everything the first time. And today we're talking about recreation. Oops, having a clumsy moment here. So when God made everything, he said, "It is very good." But then people began to do bad things. And this was very upsetting for God. So he thought he would send a great flood and make everything clean again. And then he saw a good family. The father was Noah, and he had a wife. And they had 3 sons. And the 3 sons had wives. And Noah walked with God. And Noah came so close to God, and God came so close to Noah that Noah knew what he wanted. God wanted him to do. He wanted him to build a great big boat called an ark. So Noah and his family set about building the ark. And as they built it, animals came from all parts of the world. And they came into the ark. They gathered and they came in. They came from everywhere, 2 by 2. And Noah's family came in. And Noah and his wife came in. They put the lid on. And it started to rain. First of all, it was just like any rain. But it kept on raining. And water came up from the earth. And the puddles all joined together. And then the great ark started to lift. And the rain kept coming. And the ark started to float. And the animals looked out, and all they could see, as far as they could see, was water. And it kept on raining for 40 days and 40 nights. And the water got very, very deep. But God did not forget his creatures on the ark. And after 40 days and 40 nights, the rain stopped. And God sent a great wind to help dry the land. And slowly the water level dropped. Seemed to take a long time. So God sent out a dove. Dove flew here, flew there, flew as far as it could, and then it came back to Noah. It couldn't find anywhere to land. So Noah waited 7 more days. Surely the water was going down now. He sent the dove out. The dove flew as far as it could go. And this time when it came back, it had a little olive branch, little olive twig in its mouth. So Noah knew that there were green and growing things on the earth again. He waited 7 more days. And he sent the dove out a 3rd time. But this time, the dove did not come home, did not come back to Noah, because he found a place of his own to rest and build a nest. Noah waited 7 more days. Felt that the ark was on firm ground. And so they came out. The animals came out 2 by 2. How glad they must have been to be on dry land again, to be able to smell the fresh air again. I'm sure you know how exciting that can feel. And they gathered together. They were so thankful for being kept safe from the terrible flood. They wanted to be able to say thank you to God for keeping them safe. They wanted to pray thanks. Noah's family came out. It seems to be a very good time to tell this story, because we've all been cooped up a bit and now we're out a bit more. I wonder what their celebration looked like. They were so happy. I wonder if they danced around, whether they put their arms in the air. How they said thank you to God. We are told that they built an altar to God out of stones to say thank you. And then suddenly there was a great bow in the sky, a bow of many colours. And Noah knew that it was God's promise to them that God would never send a flood like that again. And we see that bow ourselves, that bow of many colours. When the rain's been raining and the sun starts shining, we see a rainbow in the sky. And when you see a rainbow, and you might see one this week, you'll know it's God's promise to you and to me that there will never be a great flood like that again. So the animals turned and went back to the corners of the world from which they came. And filled it up with life again. into the ark. I wonder what you thought about that story. What part did you like the best? Did you picture yourself in it? Were you able to be very still and really feel that you were part of the story? I wonder what you will do to help you remember the story, to respond to the story and what made it so special for you. So, before we go, let me bless you. May God bless you. May you remember whenever you see a rainbow that God promises never to flood the earth with a terrible flood again. And may you have his peace on the inside. No matter what's going on around you, may you know God's peace in your heart. May you go in peace. God bless.